Hey family, it's WAMO 1073, Pittsburgh's number one for inspiration on your Sunday morning. It's Brother Marlon. I am here. I am so excited because we are kicking off our Thanks for Giving campaign where we are honoring 6 gospel icons who hosted gospel prior to myself as I'm celebrating 25 years in gospel this year. And WAMO is celebrating its 75th. So we are honoring today the fabulous, the amazing Gloria Inez Briskey. And with us today is her daughter, Annette McAlister. Annette, thank you so much for joining me today. Oh, God bless you.
My pleasure. Appreciate it.
So I'm beaming because I don't even know how old I was. I just remember being young, listening to the radio, and I heard your mom, and she used to just, man, play some great music and encourage us. If you don't mind walking down memory lane with me, what do you remember about your mom on the radio?
Oh, I remember a few sayings here and there. I remember not just on the radio, but I remember her playing music all the time. She had mounds and mounds of albums. Um, yeah, she was a music buff. She knew them all. I mean, she had a gospel singing group, so I remember music being present.
Wow. Now, I'm going to piggyback on two things that you said. First of all, she had albums galore. So the one time I was blessed to meet her in person, I worked at WGBN, Pastor Loran
Hmm.
Mann's radio station, Bishop Mann, and there was a song that I needed, and he said, "Oh, I'm gonna get you connected to Gloria," and I was like, "Gloria who?" Gloria Inez Briskey, and I went in complete fan mode, and he was like, "Yes," and so he gave me the number. I called your mom, and she gave me the address. It was right off the Boulevard of the Allies near Mercy Hospital. I made the
Hmm.
turn, and I was right there. And she came out and she gave me the song, and it was such a blessing. Man, that was amazing for me. I was an adult by that time, but I grew up and I
Hmm.
remember listening to her. But you said she sang in the choir. From what I understand, she and Alexander Martin started the WAMO gospel choir. Do you remember that?
I don't remember the choir, but I do remember that he was on the radio station with her, and he what did he used to say? He said, "Oh, it'll come to me." But they always had some little saying. She said things like, "Oh, it's nice to be nice." I recall hearing things like that. But in terms of a choir, no, I'm not recalling that one with the two of them. No.
Okay. Yeah, that's what, because I don't remember, but people, as I've been bringing this up, people have been telling me different stories and things like that. And they said that they both started the WAMO choir, which had been around, I remember for many years. I don't think it's in
Uh-huh.
existence now, but many years they had the WAMO gospel choir. So she was instrumental in that. When we talked on the phone, you mentioned Brother Matt. Do you remember any other personalities that worked at WAMO that you got a chance to be around, interact with? You know,
Corky Chedwick.
yes, yes, the daddy
Um,
o the radio.
yes, that's it. Oh my gosh. Look back on those times and remembering that. Yes. Um, Lauren Mann. I remember Lauren Mann.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I can't think of very many names besides the two that I mentioned, but I do recall there being a lot of people who uh, she interacted with. At the
Absolutely.
radio station, outside the radio station. I remember rehearsals at home with the Gloria Inez Briskey singers.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, her playing the piano and okay, hold it right here. I need you to hit this note. Things like that, directing them. Yeah, and what's the song they sang? I can't forget him. They
Okay.
used to always sing that song. I can't forget him. I shouldn't sing, but
No,
anyway.
you sounded like you got a little chirp in you. You got a little chirp. Go ahead, sing.
Oh no. Oh no. I think maybe I should leave it to the professionals.
It's in the family. So, um, if you don't mind me asking, how old were you? And hopefully nobody can do the math and try to figure it out. But how old were you back then when your mom was on the radio?
Oh, I was five. Well, I'm 62 now, so I was 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, you know, I remember being at least 5 years old when she was on the radio,
Okay.
working at WAMO.
Okay.
And yeah, I remember that because that was it kindergarten, half a day. And I did a couple of commercial spots for her before.
Nice.
I wish that I could find them. There were a couple of times I did some commercial spots for her. I recall her trying to get advertising for the radio station,
Okay.
spots.
Sure.
Yeah, she did more than just play the music. She tried to engage people, you know, to advertise on the radio as well.
Okay. Yeah,
She
because
brought.
that's
Oh, I'm
how
sorry. Go on.
that's how we get paid. Without
Mhm.
advertisements, we don't get paid.
Mhm. Mhm. Um, there are quite a few groups that she brought into. She was good with bringing in a lot of gospel groups. Five Live Boys of Alabama, Jay Caldwell, the Gospel Ambassadors, Tremaine Hawkins. Yeah, quite a few. She's a promoter too.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do you remember any of that?
I remember the Hawkins family coming to town and
Mm-hmm.
going to the concert with my family. I do remember that. I don't remember what concert it was, but we used to do things
Mm-hmm.
at the Stanley Theater. You remember Stanley?
Yes.
Yep. And what else do I remember? I don't remember any of the sayings that she used to say. I just remember she just had a warm personality
Mm-hmm.
and she was always encouraging. Um,
I remember her telling me faith without works is dead.
mm, yes, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Did she often, after she was off the radio, did she often talk about her days on the radio, and how did she feel about the work that she did?
She loved the work that she did. She she enjoyed the people. Um, I remember her telling me someone that she worked with. Let me think of who was that. She didn't talk a lot about her day after work, but she was always in a good mood after work. So it's like you're having a good time there. And a couple of times she would say things like, "Oh, it was a good day. I met with so and so. We talked about this. Uh, you know, I felt really good playing the music today." Yeah.
Good, good. It's funny. I think my kids will have the same type of remembrance like you
Mhm.
have. I don't know if it was like this with you, but when you would go out into the community, did you often say, "Mom, do you know everybody? Does everybody know you?"
I did actually, and it's funny because I had a couple of friends who would say, now, now, mind you, they know my name, but they say, "Oh, Gloria Inez Briskey's daughter." That's
That's
how they
funny.
refer to me.
That's funny. That's funny. So, how did that feel like when you would go to school and people knew that your mom was your mom, and hearing you on the radio, different things like that? Did people treat you differently? How did they handle that back then?
They didn't treat me any differently. They didn't treat me any better, um, or worse. It was just, your mom's on the radio.
Yeah,
And sometimes they ask a couple of questions about, so have you been at the radio station? What's it look like in there? And, things like that.
got it, got
I
it.
found a couple of funny because I found a couple of pictures of her, uh, and it showed a couple of pictures of us on the wall at her station.
Oh
I
wow.
was like, oh my goodness, look at that.
So wait, I have. and maybe it's her sitting at a desk. I mean, at the in front of
Yes.
the board, and one that she's looking, I think, at the microphone. Another one she's turned and she's facing. So you're in the pictures on the.
Yes.
Wow,
My brother and I. Yep.
wow. Now talk about your siblings. How many siblings do you have?
5. I have
Okay,
2 brothers and 3 sisters.
okay. Did any of your siblings get into broadcasting or want to go into broadcasting at all, or have that same desire?
Nope, not a one.
Nobody.
I'm probably the only one who considered it. I used to want to be a reporter.
Okay.
It changed my mind, but I'm probably the only one. Um, nope, none of my sisters or brothers were interested in that.
Okay. Okay. And do you know what year your mom started at WAMO, or and how long she?
She started there, I think, as a secretary.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe she was a secretary when she first started. And I think she started just being on the radio on Sundays, just between a particular timeline when she was. Let me see how I can remember this. I think she was filling in for somebody who wasn't there. I think that's what she told me. And then it sort of she became a regular, and then they expanded, you know,
Her time.
uh, her time not just be Sundays. They had it so to not be on Sundays. I think they had it most days of the week between a particular time slot. And I think it started out on Sunday, if I remember right.
Okay. Okay. And do you remember what year she ended? She stopped being on the radio?
Oh, I do not. Let me think about that. No, I don't remember. And I want to say it was probably 60. No, it can't be 60
Could be
something.
60 because I was here. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, well, I was thinking about when it
Oh, when it
started.
started. Oh, okay.
Um,
Okay. Okay.
because if I was 5 and she was, that's the only place I've ever recalled her working
Okay.
at all. So maybe she was there in the mid 60s and then she stopped working there. Let's see, was she working there when I moved? I don't know. I want to say late 80s, early 90s.
Okay. Okay.
My guess.
Okay. All right. Um, what would you say, just to wrap your mom, her legacy in a nutshell? How would you describe Gloria Inez Briskey?
She was she was punctual. She was passionate. Um, she was intentional. She was intentional in the message that she wants to convey within the music. Um, she wanted people to enjoy the music, so it wasn't about you know being a worldwide known person, with lots of accolades and money to go with it. She enjoyed the music, so she wanted people to hear the music, which is why she, you know, often tried to bring groups in for people to, she's sort of a side promoter, you know, of this music. She loved gospel music. She loved her group. Yeah, she
Did she have a
sort
favorite?
of a force to be reckoned with in that area.
Okay. Did she have a favorite song that you know of?
She did have a favorite song. It I've heard a couple of favorite songs actually. The one that I'm trying to think of, I don't remember what it was called. Um, but like I said, there's What is that? I'm coming up on
Rough
the
Side of the
rough
Mountain.
side of the mountain.
Yes.
Yes,
Reverend F.C.
yes,
Barnes.
yes, yes. She brought them in too. Now that you mentioned it,
Okay.
yes, that was one of the songs I remember hearing her sing a lot.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that was the anthem back then.
Yes, yes, it was. I recall that. Like I said, and I can't. I don't know who sings that song now.
What's that?
I can't forget him. I can't forget him. Never forget him. I can't forget. And then they say, and then she do like this here, point up for the person to sing the high note.
Uh-huh.
What the Lord has done for me.
Oh, wow. I'm
Like,
going to have to look
I
that
don't
up.
know who sings that though. Please find out and let me know.
I definitely will. I definitely will. I will. Well, it has been a honor and a privilege just to have this time with you to talk all about your mom. She blessed my socks off, and I know so many others around the city. And when I started talking about this, and I mentioned her name, people were like, "Oh my goodness, I haven't heard that name in so long. Thank you for bringing it back to our remembrance." So, just thank
Oh,
you,
that's great.
thank
I
you.
appreciate that. It's great to hear that. It's great to hear that from you.
Yes. And thank you for sharing her with so many. I don't know how you felt back then sharing her, but just know that there were so many people that were blessed by all the work that she did and what she provided for the city. And even these many years later, we have not forgotten.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And tell your siblings we said hello. God bless them. And we are honoring your mom on the 15th of December. I know you guys can't make it in, but I'm going to get your address and I'm going to mail it and you guys will have it. It's something, just a little token of love and appreciation in honor of your mom. And so we always want to remember her and the legacy that she left here in the city of Pittsburgh.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Annette, thank you. Have a great rest of your day. And
I will.
I'm gonna play Rough Side of the Mountain for your mom.
Okay, do that. And cut the
Absolutely.
part. Don't let anybody hear me singing.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, come on, Annette. We gotta have that in there now. That's
Oh no.
yes, yes. That was good. That was good.
Oh no.